discussing today is something that's going to come into play more as you get older and get closer to college.
Another area related to ground strokes, but it could be related to serve as well, for college is it's really important to develop a weapon. You know, some people have a natural weapon, for instance, in speed. If you're extraordinarily fast, that's a great weapon to have. For the rest of us, you know, you want to develop a weapon that might be stroke related. You know, your serve, your forehand, your backhand down the line. Todd Martin was one of the best college players of all time. I think, Paul, that backhand down the line was pretty good, wasn't it? It was already there. Paul had a lot to do with developing this, but no, I mean, you want to have something that you know you can go to. And if you have a weapon, what that allows you to do is set up points that allow you to hit that weapon as often as possible. Okay, it's really important that you have a go-to shot. Each of you need to really take an inventory of your game and say, okay, what area of my game can I develop? What seems naturally to be a really good stroke for me? You know, for me, it was my backhand. For Chris, it's his backhand. For a lot of you, it's a forehand. Okay, but that's also, from a recruiting standpoint, that's something that college coaches look at. They want to see kids who can finish points that can hurt people. You know, just grinders, guys. You know, it's a dime a dozen there. You know, if you don't have any weapons, but you just put the ball in play, your weapon better be unbelievable competitive attitude. If you just put the ball in play, you better compete like no one. You know, college coaches, and they'll look at that. If I see a kid that just puts a ton of balls in play and they compete real hard, you know, we'll look and say maybe that guy can play 6 and win a lot of matches for us. But if you want to play higher in the college lineup, you generally have to have a weapon. You know, there are some exceptions. You know, Paul and I, when I was coaching under Paul, we played at Arkansas, and we actually knocked him off a few times. But there was a player there who was, I don't think I'm exaggerating, but was he 5'3", 5'4", something like that? 5'6". 5'6", okay. And he goes, his name was Zaguns. And Paul and I, when we would watch Zaguns play, we were drawing straws who was not going to be coaching that match. Because there's nothing we could do. The guy he was so fast and passed so well, he played great defense. But, you know, the Zaguns don't come around that often. He was playing #1 in the SEC and winning all the time. The guy's 5'6".